Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nikki from Abbey Meadow Crafts, and today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my completed pages for the month of August 2025. So the first book I'm going to show is my newest purchase, and I've noticed that a few different colorists have these books by Camellia Angel Cover, and I noticed there were quite a lot of when I've watched different flip throughs on different channels, there were quite a lot of pages that are related to Halloween spooky type of vibes. So I decided that I really would like to try and see what this one's like. 30 spellbound fanciful cave scenes to colour. So this is the page that I completed most recently, and it's the cave is floating cave girl, as I've been calling her. Lots of different coloured crystals and cave monsters or cave aliens, and nice little bat. Now with this page, I really enjoy the how to colour books, the pattern how to colour step-by-step books, and I've got a few of those, and so I wanted to practice what I've been learning about how to colour crystals. So I used, mainly for the background of the cave, I used Ohuhu alcohol markers, but for the crystals I wanted kind of like a pastel colour scheme, so I went with some Shuttle Art pastel markers for that one, and could really do some really good sort of intricate work because they're the ones that come with the brush nib on one side and the fine nib on the other. So I really enjoyed using those, and I used some techniques that I've picked up from my art course, my online art course, to colour her blue hair, picking 3 different shades of one colour, so 3 different shades of blue, and sort of making it look more lifelike than some of the other drawings I've done before. Now I found that I did use some grey Ohuhu markers for the background of the cave, but it wasn't blending how I wanted it to be, because I wanted to show lighter elements for where the light hits the cave. So I chose to go over the top with some Brinkfuna pencil crayons for that one, and I used the same I used their macaron set for the light, where the light comes out. I do apologise. I'm filming today in my craft shed, which is based outside, and it's quite windy, so the door's just flown open. So I do apologise for that one. I found it was a quieter space, and also better lighting in here. I think I've still got a slight shine on some of the shinier covered books, but overall I find that I get better filming out here. But yeah, just hope it's not too noisy in the background. So yeah, and then the last thing I used on this page were some Lango, gotta try and pronounce that right, the gel pens, the shiny style, which I think I've only got one set that I'm missing, and I've got the wide range of those, so I'm not sure if that picks it up, quite pick it up on there, but yeah, I think it's, you can see it there, to pick up the light elements in the cave, which I really enjoyed doing. One. And next, another Coco Wyo book, the favourite one I have from her books, from their books. I'm not really sure, but I think it's a group of people from what I've read. and this is La La Friends, which is more of the cute and cozy type colouring. I've got a mix. Some days I feel like colouring more sort of the larger type images, thicker lines, and some days I like doing sort of more intricate designs. So I've got a bit of a mix. So I've kind of not got a particular order. So this one is my first nighttime picture that I've ever really coloured. So I wanted to bring in again some elements to show the stars shining there. Sorry, the other one kind of distracts. That was one of my previous pages that I'll show in another video, because it was I painted that, I coloured that one before I started my YouTube video, so I will go and do another video where I show sort of previous colouring pages that I've done. So yeah, with this one I wanted to show the glitter effect on the trees, which I'd seen again in the How to Colour, How to Draw Patterns book. So I've been practicing that for a little while, and I practiced my skills on how to show bark on trees, and also how to sort of draw some elements on grass and leaves and flowers, things like that, to try and make them sort of pop off the page to appear more realistic. Yeah, really enjoyed doing this one. Wanted to use brightest colours, and I based it all with Touch New alcohol markers and the Langro gel pens again. I love the shiny style. There's a lot of matte ones on this one though to help with the unicorn colours, and I went over the top to get these shiny elements here and in the sky with a white acrylic pen. Is that one? This is the smallest book I currently have in my collection. Just move a little bit there so it shows up in the shop. And this is Tiny Tales by R.J. Hampson, and I really was drawn to this book because sometimes I just want to pick up something that's not too complicated, and this one you can kind of just dive into one element on a page, or you can colour the whole page, you can come back to it. So I chose to take this one on holiday at the beginning of August. So the page that I coloured was actually done on the train journey to holiday. So I just stuck to using my Prismacolors, just my 48 set. So I didn't want to sort of get too many materials and supplies out on a train, because it was a long journey. But my eldest daughter decided that she was going to get out her 100 set of alcohol markers, and they just went all over the train floor. So I tried to avoid that one. So I just stuck to the Prismacolors and just got that done, so it helped to pass the time on the journey. Love lots of floral elements, very summery. This is one of the how-to books I was referring to, the step-by-step colouring tutorial book. So I have completed Willow Lake Studios first how to colour this tutorial book. So because I completed it prior to releasing videos on my YouTube channel, I will go back and do a flip through of that one with pages I've previously completed to starting the channel. So I also have completed the Coco Wyo patterns tutorial book as well. started those at the beginning of my colouring journey to just sort of really help practice the different textures and colours and all the different elements. But I particularly was drawn to this one because it's magical worlds. So that's the kind of colouring pages that I do prefer to do. I home in on that sort. So this one was built up gradually. That's the final page, but what I'll do is I'll go back to how I started, because the whole book is built up on showing you how an image can look. You can change colours. I did change up some of the colours. I chose a different colour for the wings, which I'll show again in a minute. So it's kind of like you can stick to the suggested colours, or you can just put your own in. So I had a go at doing this one first from the step-by-step guide, put in my specific materials, pens used, numbers, shades, so that when I came back to the final element, I could go back and look and think, oh, that's what I used for that. And then you do the smaller elements, again, how to do wood and how to colour a portal. Really enjoyed doing that. And then the fairy character, and then you do the complete final element, and the whole book is built up with this method. So I really like doing that one. And I based it with Touch New alcohol markers, but my biggest set, so I've got the 168, I think it is, set, so they're my widest range of colours. My Ohuhu alcohol markers are my favourite to use, so I try and keep those for really quite important pages that I want to do in sort of really sort of special times, because I've only got the 48 set, hoping to get a larger set, definitely on my Christmas list this year. So I use some of the Languel shiny style pens. They're my favourite thing to use at the moment. I'm seeing if it will try and pick up some of the elements in there. Not sure if it does, but to pick out the light, to pick out the wings, and over the top, just to highlight I used a white acrylic pen. Yeah, really enjoyed that one. So the next one I'm going to be working on is I've kind of, because it's got ghosts in it, so I'll show that in my September plans. So I'll try not to show that one too much at the minute, because I'll go through that one in my next video that I do. And this one here, this was quite a special page here, because I'm part of a group on Facebook, and each month they choose a specific palette, and you have the whole month to pick a page, and it can be any pages. What they specify is, because it's just got to be cute and cozy, nothing too intricate in that group, so you've got to kind of stick to the books that come under that sort of category. So yeah, you have the whole month to colour your page. You share it on the group, and they very kindly then share it on their social media platforms, so Instagram and TikTok. So I really appreciate that. They also do weekly challenges. I'll put the link to their specific Facebook group in the bottom of this video, in the information part, in case anybody really would like to join. They're such a friendly group. We have chat features, so you can join up for buddy colours there. They can offer help and support with colour palettes and anything that you might wonder if you want a specific book or a specific sort of set of pens or anything like that, they can advise on where the best place is to get them. So I'll show you the colour palette. So the group is called, the hashtag is Yeti's Colouring Challenge. So that was the August palette. Really like that one. Really like the lilacs, purples, pinks. And the actual Facebook group is called Yeti's Colouring Society. So if you search that, but again, I will put the link in the comments as well, just the information. So this is the page that I did for this one. Really, really love doing this one because it gave me the freedom to not worry about all of the background having to be grass, having to be green. So I chose to do it purple. Loved, again, crystals. They're my favourite thing to do at the moment. And just, yeah, absolutely loved it. I had to do the whole sort of Ariel hair colour. Luckily there was quite there's a reddish sort of colour on the palette there, so I was happy to do that one. And again, touch new markers because they were my widest range. So I looked at my Ohuhu set and I looked at my pastels from the Shuttle Art set, and they didn't quite match the palette. I try and get matched to the palette as much as I can. You can go with each colour, you can go one shade lighter and one shade darker for highlights and shade. And yeah, so just to not specifically, I just try and keep to it as much as I can. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed doing that one, and I really enjoy seeing the pages that the rest of the group come up with for that one. And they also do a weekly challenge, but I wish I had more time to join in it. When I first started colouring, I joined in every week, and I was awarded with the admin's choice of use of colour, which I'll show that page on a different video, because that's a page I also coloured before I started the channel. But yeah, really, really pleased with that. When I do try and join in when I can, because it's a lot of fun, and you can like vote for your favourites, and it's just nice to see how different people have tackled different pages. It's a really lovely group. So this is another new book for me. I saw quite a few other colorists with this book, and thought it was definitely the genre I like to colour. Easy Fantasy by Joshua Dunbar. Oh, I'm sorry, I must just go back to that one. I try and film this in one shot because my editing skills are not that great at the moment. I'm trying to learn, trying to practice. Not good at cutting and then adding in and doing all that kind of stuff yet. So I try and do it in one shot if I can. So I have to just go back to this one because it's Fantasy Kingdoms by Ruby Joy, and I first sort of noticed their books on Instagram, and they will really kindly share your page if you've tagged them in it. So I've had a few times that's happened, and they're so encouraging that of what you've coloured from their book that they've created. So I really enjoy supporting individual illustrators, artists, rather than a lot of the big scale ones. So really enjoy supporting them. So go back to Easy Fantasy. So this one, this was a very experimental page for me. I've got some really pearlescent, metallic-y type watercolors, and I just wanted to test them out. So I was practicing backgrounds. So I brought in some elements that I've learned about backgrounds in my art online course, and I do love the effect that it's given. It's very, very shiny, very pearlescent. Not sure if it's picking it up. I think it does a little bit on there. But it did, I should have realised really this, I kind of preempted it, because it has crinkled the page. So the wet medium has buckled the page quite a bit. But still really, really like what I've done with this page. And I just went for it. I used a very similar colour scheme to the palette I had for the monthly challenge. And I based the whole, this is it says drink me on it. It's like a magic potion bottle, which I absolutely love. Based the majority, well, I based all of it with Touch New alcohol markers, and I went over with, again, my favourite Langrel. I used, mainly the shade. I think all of them were shiny style ones. I just wanted to go mad with all of the shiny elements and the colours, and not really worry about if any of them clash, because it's just a real magical element. So I really went for it with that one. And I've got some ideas for autumn in there, so I'll show that in my next video. This book is a book I actually found in a bookshop in Tenby, which is where we went on holiday in August. I didn't buy it at the time. I'm not sure why, but I waited till I got home and I found it on Etsy. So it's Colour in Tenby by Lee Owen. And I've not actually coloured anything in this just yet. I just wanted to show it. It was just in the pile. So again, it's supporting an independent artist. And really, when I come back to colouring in this book, it's got lovely memories of our holiday. Don't have to specifically colour it in summer, can colour it any time of year really, but the paper is amazing. It's like cardstock, so I was going to have a little go at putting some watercolours in the background here, basting it with watercolours, because in comparison to the last one, the paper is a lot thicker. So yeah, it's just a very, very, really beautifully drawn book for where we're familiar with. We've been two years in a row, and yeah, what I also like about it is that it is technically one-sided, although if you do use alcohol markers, it will come through onto the text on the other side. But it's just nice to be able to experiment with different media in here, and yeah, just really nice to look back on places that we've seen. And there, that's the harbour. It's the square in the town centre. Lifeboat, we actually saw a lifeboat coming out of the station when we were there. And one of our favourite places to visit was Castle Beach, so I'm gonna put some nice colours in here. And yeah, so it's really lovely book just to show. My next one is another fairly new book that I got. I got it in July, The Potion Grimoire by Tessa Vane, and I noticed this illustrator on Instagram and TikTok first, and they were showing a flip through of their new book. I believe that Tessa has another book. I can't remember the name of it right now off the top of my head, but that's got a lot of magical elements and magical creatures in. But I really, really wanted this one because it's so many different potions in it. So the page that I did is actually right at the front. So I'm kind of using this as a project book where I go from start to finish. but I can dip in, like for Halloween and things and autumn. I'll show in my next video that I've dipped into pages that are further on in the book. So I kind of did one of the introductory pages, the fluid bases, water, oil, honey and liquor. So all the kind of bases that they have for potions. And I use Touch New for the basing, which is one of the things I tend to use more than anything. And I went over again, I really was practicing a lot with them, with the Langle Shiny Style Gel pens. Really has brought up some nice shiny elements on there. Just very simple, nice page to start with in this book. And I will carry on, I'll show that in my next one. So I'm just going to carry on through the book, but also I've chosen a page further on, like I said. But yeah, nice and sort of very sort of spooky, kind of themed for this time of year, so that's great. This book was an absolute bargain. I bought 3 copies in total because I gave a copy each to my 2 children, and they've enjoyed starting colouring in this as well. I think it was £2.40 something, £2.47, something so random, because it had got like a 40% off, or I don't even know if it was 70%. It was a high percentage sale. We noticed it on Amazon. So yeah, couldn't resist this one. It's Forest Cuties by Jake McDonald, and went for early on in the book to start with because I wanted to have a go at the mushroom houses. I just wanted to put so much colour into it, not really worry about a specific colour palette, not really worry if it clashes too much. I just wanted to go in there because this again was done on holiday, so I just wanted to just enjoy it, not worry about it too much, just really easy, nice, just go ahead and colour. But I did put in again the bushes elements, the grass elements. I'd learned how to shade sort of mountains, so I've done all that in the how to colour tutorial book, so I put it all into here to try and make it pop, and wanted to just use lots of crazy colours on the actual houses. I mainly use Touch New alcohol markers for basing, and then I really wanted to bring in some shading for the houses to bring them out of the page. I wanted to make them kind of stick out a bit more, so that's Prismacolors over the top, not too much. Maybe could have gone over that a bit more, but I was on holiday, so it was just nice to complete a page that's just bright and cheerful. Next one, one of the first books I ever purchased. It's Mouse Adventures by Colouring Heaven, and it's the images of Matchstick Mouse, which I absolutely love, by Morgan O'Brien. So I haven't got any of Morgan O'Brien's specific Matchstick Mouse books or any of the others, but I really, really like this one. So for August, oh, sorry, that's not August. That was one I did before, which I don't know why I've gone on the wrong page. That's just me with a technical hitch. Oh, I see what I've done there. I put the sticker in, I put the post-it in the wrong page. Oh dear, that's with me trying to do this in one shot again, because my editing skills are definitely not there just yet. So we've got, back here is where I'm supposed to be. So this is the turtle page. Really, really like this one. Really like it too. Really wanted it to bring a lot of colours in, lots of nice bright colours. It was sea themed, so it went well with being on holiday. Matchstick Mouse is having a swim, having a look at the corals, and I just used Prismacolors on this page. Wanted to practice my shading, and specifically on the turtle there. And I did, for the bubble elements, I did use a white acrylic marker for there. But yeah, I really, that's probably mainly one of my favourite pages from the month of August, I would say. Really like it because it doesn't take too long, but they really pop. I love them. I love how they're all done in the circular shape, and I just really enjoyed colouring that one. So this is from one of my favourite colouring authors, illustrators, Oda Agada. I'm terrible with pronunciation. I can't even say that word. So I do apologise, but yeah, I'm gonna try and find out specific pronunciations because I'm not that great. This is the Huldra Folk Mythical Creatures. I also have the Huldra Folk, where the book where they introduce the whole sort of town. Absolutely love it. I've just purchased the Huldra Folk Spooky themed one as well, so that one will be coming up in my September plans video. Absolutely love that one for all the Halloween elements I can already see in it. But this one, really wanted this one because I've got the tutorial book, which includes the creatures from this book as well. So I practice in the tutorial book first, and then I go and do the page. So it's really helpful. So for the month of August, I did this page, which is actually the test color page at the front. So we've got the this book belongs to page, and then the test color page, and then you go into the rest of the book. So I thought it was a brilliant starter page for this book. I just love the way that I've predominantly used brown, and then the colors just kind of pop out, which I really enjoyed doing. I tried some shading on the skull, practiced how to colour the strawberries, which again is from the How to Colour books. So yeah, it was really quite a simple, but I really enjoyed doing it. This page, I used Touch New alcohol markers on it entirely for that one. Just move those out of the way. I have 4 more books left for my completed August books. This is one of the largest books I have in my collection, Romantic Country, a fantasy colouring book by Eerie. I'm trying to get my hands on more Eerie books because I've noticed how beautiful they are. I really want some of the fairy tale ones I've seen. I've seen some from other colorists, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Not a quick page, not a quick fix on a page, I think, because as I'll show you in a minute with my project one I'm working on. But yeah, I struggle to find them, but this, I could not resist it because it was an absolute bargain on Vinted. It was like a fraction of the original cost that I've seen them for. I couldn't quite believe it, so I snapped it up straight away. I've not seen any other Eerie books on Vinted since. Keep looking and hoping because the paper is just amazing quality. I just love it, and I'm trying to stick to pencil crayons, Prismacolors, or my Boot Funas. entirely in here because I don't want to ruin it with watercolors. I don't want to put water mediums in it because I'm worried that it will buckle the pages. So what I'm doing, just trying to make sure that gets in there. I am working a little bit at a time on the map, for the Cocut detailed map. And what I didn't realise for ages, is that I've got the north here and I still need to complete the south after that. So yeah, it's gonna be a long project, but I really enjoy doing it because I just take I use it as like a little starter before I do a bigger page, a longer page. So sometimes I'll just spend sort of like 10 minutes just doing like this element, and then I spent another 10 minutes another day doing the castle, and then I'll take these and I'll do that another day. It is going to take a long time, but I really do enjoy doing it and coming back to it. I don't spend as much time as I'd like on here, but yeah, it's something that is literally going to be an ongoing project for a long time. But I just love the whole map element of this book. So yeah, that I used Prismacolors. I've used my basic 48 set, but I am actually waiting to receive some more colours for Prismacolors so that I can do a wider range of shading on those. So next, I did show this one in my first ever video because it was something that I was currently working on, and I was really excited to show another vintage bargain, RJ Hampson Dragon Dreams. So I actually chose the summer page to keep it seasonal. And there. I just loved it. I either wanted the dragon purple or red, so I went for reds and oranges in the end. Really wanted lots of different greens, so I used so I based it with Ohuhu water-based markers, and I do enjoy using them, but the water-based medium, it buckled the page. It has flattened out quite a lot now because I put really a load of stack of other heavy books on top to flatten it out. But I think because it is single-sided, in future I'm gonna stick to the Ohuhu or Touch New alcohol markers in here because they just don't buckle the page like the water-based ones do. So I went over the top with, I just received my Brut Funa 160 set. I think that was how many there were in there. And I also got a 30 set of metallics and something like a 24 set of macaron colours as well, the pastels. So I tried all of those sets out on here, really enjoyed it, and I've used metallic pencils from the Brut Funa set on elements like his armor, and I picked it out on the saddle and things like that. I used the bronze pencil crayon. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one and can't wait to do more pages in this book. And just two more for this video. So another one of my favorites, I actually found this one and Dragon Dreams. I found them a set of 2 on Vinted, absolute bargain. They were already on my wish list, so I just couldn't resist them again. Had to get them straight away at a bargain price. So this one's RJ Hampson Mountain King. Again, I just love all of the fantasy elements in these books. So creative. and I really got the latest RJ Hampson book on my wish list, the newest one, the steampunk theme. Really liking that one. So what I've seen so far from the flip throughs really looks like a really cool book. So for this one, I chose Morning Hunt. Loved again the circular set out on the page. I wanted to incorporate 2 different coloured dragons, really sweet dragons. Again, I kind of did the 2 pages from the 2 RJ Hampson books alongside, so I work on this one and then I work on Dragon Dreams, and then I do like back and forth. So these are the Brute Funa pencils again. Entirely, I didn't base that page with anything. I just went straight in with the pencil crayons. They came out nice and bright. I've used metallic Brute Funas on things like, I think this is a beetle, and the ring, I've picked out metallic elements, and I used just a few Langle shiny style gel pens just on little slight bits, just to pick out a magical element in those dragons. So again, really enjoyed doing that one, and I will get another chance to colour this page. I'm going to probably do it completely different colour scheme, because you get a second chance in these books, which I absolutely love. Think that is such a good idea, because sometimes I'll colour a page and I'll think, oh, I wanted to do that a different way. So this just gives you another chance. I can't actually find it right now, but it hasn't got the black in the background. Now, I like this one because I used my metallic gold and silver pens to pick out the sort of the starry background, but I believe the other image hasn't got that. It's a white background, so can do it completely different. Could do like a sunrise color scheme for the back, rather than the kind of the dark, so blacked out in that one. But yeah, there we go. I think I went past that about 2 times then. But yeah, I'm gonna do this completely different. Really like that element in these books. I think it's really clever. Second chance. There we go. And my last book in this video, another one of my larger books, another one of my more detailed books. The first time I've really ever done anything portrait related. I was quite scared of portraits before. Prefer landscapes and magical creatures, so portraits really scared me. But because I've been doing a lot of portrait work in my online art course, I wanted to transfer the skills I'd learnt there into my colouring books. So I'd seen quite a few people flip through this one. Didn't realise how amazing the quality is until I actually flipped through it myself, because they're just beautiful pages. So it's Wildflower Folk by Christine Karen, and I actually chose the very first page in the book. I couldn't resist it. I'll just make sure I get that in properly. There, hope straight there. So this image is called Amber, and because my eldest daughter is called Amber, I couldn't resist doing this one first. Very first picture in the book. Yeah, I just had a vision for it straight away. I wanted to make sure I put lots of amber colours into the outfit, into the hair, and obviously the jewellery has to be an amber necklace. Just had to do it that way, and I've actually done the hair in a very similar colour to my daughter's, so it looks a lot like her with the eye colour and everything, so I just focused on that. And I was a bit too scared to base anything other than I've just used Prismacolors and Brut Funa pencils on here. I didn't want to put any watercolors onto here because the paper is amazing, but I was just so scared of ruining the book because it's so precious. I just wanted to stick to pencil crayons. It didn't take too long. I think it took me 2 or 3 evenings to complete it, and I was okay with the shading on the face. I prefer the shading on the neck and the hands. I think I put a bit too much yellow in the face, but again, I'm going to use it as a learning process and keep practicing in my art course and bringing it over to my colouring pages. So that was my last one. So that was all of my completed pages for the month of August, and I really enjoyed that, and I can't wait to go through my September plans. I think I'm going to put it in as an autumn seasonal plans, because I am due to return to work in the first time in so many years, after having my children at home. So I think that's going to take up a lot of my time from September the 3rd. So yeah, I'm going to bump it into one. I'm going to do September, October and November plans all bumped together and see how much I can get done, but try not to put too much pressure on myself, because I'm not going to be able to colour as much as I have in the last sort of 3 or 4 months that I have, because I won't have as much time I won't have as much spare time on my hands. So yeah, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.